Hi guys, it's Ethnicgreenliving here, and I'm super excited because today I am back with another homeschool video. This time I am talking about homeschooling with a vision and just kind of helping you figure out how to get a vision if you don't have one already. So first of all, let's start off by talking about what vision actually is. Vision is defined as being able to see, is the ability to think or plan for the future. It's using imagination and or wisdom. It's like an image. Okay, so that is what vision is. So you need to know what vision is before you can decide how to homeschool with a vision and how to get a vision. So something that I've done for the past couple of years, excuse my daughter playing with her chucks, is I have picked a word for the year. I have picked something I wanted to see, such as family, love, unity, peace, joy, something like that. I picked something that has meaning. One year I did together, I've done gather, I've done utilize. These are some similar words that I have used. I think it's really important to know why you want to homeschool and what are your goals short and long term for homeschooling. So I want to give you like a little analogy, a little story. Like, have you ever started a trip? You didn't know where you wanted to go. You just wanted to go on a trip. You just ended up somewhere, right? Was it a smooth trip? Maybe, maybe not. Did you find that you were unprepared? For example, no water, no lunch. Maybe you didn't have tennis shoes when you needed tennis shoes. Maybe you didn't have heels when you needed heels. Maybe no swimsuit or no umbrellas. Now imagine taking that exact same trip, except this time you thought about it, you planned it out, and you were actually prepared for it. I'm positive that trip would go at least 50% better. I'm pretty positive. And that's the way it is with homeschool. Just because you homeschool with a vision or just because you have a vision doesn't mean the homeschool is going to be perfect. What it does mean is that it's going to be smoother and it's going to be better for you. Okay, now you guys know I'm trying to stay hydrated. I don't have on any makeup outside of lipstick, and I'm trying to keep my skin beautiful and stay hydrated because I'm in the garden. All right, so I've got this hibiscus tea in my blessed mug because I am blessed, right? So I have some hibiscus tea in my hibiscus mug. I have planted hibiscus in my garden, and I have overall a full garden. But did it just get that way because I said, ooh, I like hibiscus? No, I had to plant it. I had to map it out. Those of you who follow me on Instagram or even have been watching my videos, you saw me planning extensively, and it took me hours and hours upon hours to figure out just how to get it. And even after I did all that planning, I was gifted a lot of things. And so what I thought I was going to do, I didn't even do because I was gifted something else. So I was going to utilize what I was gifted. But the point is, it didn't just happen that I have what I have. I had to work for it. I thought about it. I planned it. And now I'm able to see what I put on paper in flesh come to pass. And that's kind of how it is with your homeschool, your vision. That's what I'm trying to encourage you and inspire you and let you know today. What you're saying your vision is for your homeschool and time is actually what you're going to see. So make sure that you are saying and speaking things that you want to see, that you want to have manifested, come into existence. Be mindful of the things that you say out of your mouth. So, all right, Christy. All right, sounds good. You're sounding good. You're talking good. I like this. What do I need a vision of? I'm glad you asked me. All right, you need a vision of your in-term goals. Is your child planning to go to trade school, to college, take over a family business? What curriculum will you be using? What works for your family? I already did a video on that, so I won't go too far, but are you guys into nature? Are you guys minimalist? Do you want just the simplest thing possible? Do you want all the books and all the things? So you have to think about those things and have a vision of who you are. You really need to understand who you are actually before you can teach your children, because if you don't know who you are, it's really kind of hard to figure out who they are. And it's taken years, and all the homeschoolers I've talked to that's been homeschooling for a while, and this is my 9th year of homeschooling, and it's not so cut and dry to figure out who you are and who your children are. It just takes time, and as you see them bloom and blossom and do certain things and say certain things, you get a better understanding of who they are. You're like, yeah, that kid's doing this one. Or you're like, oh, that's why, he didn't want to get a crumb on him when I, was feeding him and nursing him. And the other kid is like, oh man, that's why he would just have food all over the place. So you just really get to know them and their personalities as they get older, and their personalities and things really start to shine through. Okay. Homeschool schedule. I actually just made a video on this, our summer homeschool schedule. What else do you need a vision on? Extracurricular goals. Now, I say this because it really matters. Are you someone who wants to be inside the home and just focus on the home and the homeschool and the family and all the things that come, which is home, but all the things that come along with it? Or you're somebody that's like, oh no, baby, I'm on the move, I'm on the go every day I'm hustling. No, every day I'm on the go, and I gotta be doing something. So I want to be active. I want to be truck schooling, car schooling. I've got to be on the move, doing all the things, because I don't want to be still. And so you have to really figure that thing out, because if you're trying to truck school and you're trying to go to all the activities at all the libraries and all the museums and all the centers, you're going to find yourself burnt out. And vice versa, if you're trying to go to all the things, but you're really a homebody, you're just going to be stressed out of your mind. You're like, oh my goodness. And you could be dreading going and be kicking your feet and kind of stumping and having even anxiety. And so I really want this transition to be as easy and as smooth as possible. What I know and what I've learned is, if you have an easy and smooth transition, the more likely you are to stick this out and do this for the long run. I've seen many amazing people come and go. They come so fast with all this great homeschool, this, and that, and they get burnt out, worn out, or just don't want to do it anymore, and they stop for whatever the reason. It's not that many people that I know that I've seen start and end. And so I really want to give you these things to help you. It's almost like I'm passing a baton on to you, my teammate. I don't need to have all this knowledge and have it just for myself. Why not share it with my sisters who are interested in learning? Okay. Meals. Whew. Okay, that's a big one. And I think I've done a video on how to meal plan. I've done meal prepping. I think I've done grocery hauls. Listen, I've got thousands of videos here on this channel, so be sure to check out the playlist. I'm telling you, there's a lot of good. I've done routines and all kinds of things. So with meals, you need a vision, because that will determine if you're going to be doing lots of takeout, if you're going to be doing lots of meal prep, if that's going to be part of your curriculum, or if you just want to cook alone. You're like, no, I don't want my kids in my kitchen cooking and working with the curriculum. And lastly, well, not last, but this is another big one. So this is like 6 big ones I think that matter, which you need a vision of: chores. So no one person is doing it all. And I think that's another way that parents and moms get burnt out. They're doing all the cooking, they're doing all the cleaning, they're doing all the teaching, they're doing everything, and they're not having help. But even if your spouses can't, won't, or don't help you, you have children. So those children, the same ones that could, the same ones that could eat the food, yeah, with those same hands, they're capable of wiping the table, of sweeping the floor, of putting the dish into the dishwasher. They are so much more capable than we know. I've attended Live Ed's Waldorf conference. I've attended many of Waldorf schools to view, to participate for classes. And let me tell you, those kids can do so much. We don't give them enough credit. Think about it. They work in technology, they're working gadgets that sometimes adults can't even work and manage. So they are more than qualified to help you with the chores. And the thing is, help you, like, let them see you doing it alongside of them. And if you let them start and do it when they're little, then they'll continue it on when they're older. Okay, now that you have the vision, what do? You write it down. You write it down so that you don't forget it. You write it down because it is your map. Your map is guiding you. It's helping you. And really, it's taking you to your destination. It's taking you to your home school destination, which is the end result that you're wanting. Now, be sure that you're true to yourself, or you'll end up at someone else's destination. So it really is important that you're being honest and sincere when you're answering these questions, when you're going through all these things. Otherwise, you won't like the results and you won't like who you turn out. So it's good to have role models and be inspired. And that is something that I was going to say, that you definitely should have someone that you look up to. Surround yourself by amazing and phenomenal people, because they will encourage you, you will encourage them, and you can keep them accountable and they can keep you accountable. But remember, no one's life is perfect, and you have to live your life, not someone else's life. Okay? So, lastly, I want you to consider your gifts and talents. You know, not everyone here is a biblical believer, but if you are, the Bible says your gifts and talents will make room for you, and it can make room for you in this homeschool arena. Do you know how to play the piano? Okay, baby, then guess what? You've just funded your homeschool, okay? You can teach a couple lessons, 30 minutes a week, and bam, bing, you're blessing another family by offering some lessons so their children can learn an instrument, and they're blessing you so that you can bring funds into your house to put a little extra groceries on the table, or to buy what you want or need for homeschool. Maybe you know how to do wood toys, okay? Woodworking. Maybe you're really good with the computer and with graphics, and you can make printables. Maybe you can do direct sales, or maybe you can hand make something. Or maybe when you bake something or cook something, you can bake and cook a little extra, and then maybe you can sell that to someone. I'm not suggesting that you do that. I do think that this is a full-time job, and it really requires kind of your undivided attention. It does take a lot more than I think people realize. Like, it is an all-day thing. Literally, it is a job. It definitely is. But your gifts and talents can help you and make room for you. And also, you can do a little bit of bartering. With bartering, okay, I can teach your child's music lessons, and you can do a science co-op with me for my child. Or I can teach your child music, and when you have your art classes, I'll drop off my child to your art class. So that way money isn't even involved, and again, your gift is making room for you. Like, this is what I'm talking about. Vision, baby. You got to see this thing and think about it like in the long term. Like, how can I do the same amount of work but make it go further, right? And so maybe when you're teaching the piano class to your other child, maybe you can be teaching your child too. Maybe when you're teaching the art class to the other child, you're teaching your child too. So I'm working for my own child, but getting a little bonus or a little extra from someone else. Okay. I wasn't trying to, I try to stick to my little things, but this is good stuff. And I don't want to just get on here and waste my time. Like, I really want something that's going to give you some substance and some meat. Something that's going to really fill you and fill up your tank if you weren't able to attend any online, because most of the person conferences were canceled. I want you to feel refilled and refreshed and rejuvenated every time you come to this page. I want you to feel like your cup has been filled, because honestly, this is like a ministry for me sharing my heart, things that I've learned the hard way, things that I didn't have anybody to tell me. I'm here to tell you so that you can get it, and so you don't have to make some of the same mistakes that I made. And am I perfect? No. Have I dotted every I and crossed every T? No. But 9 years later, and I'm still here, and I haven't given up. So that's something to show, if nothing else, but just steadfastness. And lastly, your vision carries value. It carries so much value. Even what we're just talking about now, that's value with your gifts and your talents, baby. That's value. But also, on your hardest days, your vision and your why will carry you and serve as a reminder of why you're doing what you're doing. That's value, that you can read your vision and be inspired, be encouraged, and you can get through your hard and challenging days. So I hope this video was helpful. Hopefully, it gave you some idea about what is vision, how to set a vision, how to begin that in your homeschool. And I think once you have a vision, you have a really good way of where you want your trajectory to go. When you think about vision, think about a target. I used to love one bow and arrow in high school. Archery. I loved it because I always got the bullseye. But why did I get the bullseye almost every time? because I had a visual. The board was my vision. My vision was to hit that center dot. And so with everything in me, I knew to aim, and I knew how to aim, and I knew what to aim at so that I could hit the target. So with this vision, I've just given you the tools to hit that bullseye. If you take a lot of these things here, you're gonna be good to go. I just did a video on how to homeschool year round. It's titled How to Homeschool Year Round, and I do a plan with me, but whether you're homeschooling year round or not, you can really use that video and be helped. We recently moved from one place to another. We moved here so that we could have a lot of outdoor space. We could have some organic gardens and all those things. I have weekly tours on that, but I also have a new homeschool space video because we're in a new space. So those are pretty much all the updates. I will be back to share what I am using for my pre-K, my first grader, my third grader, and my fifth grader. So I'll be back with those things, and I'll be back with my planner and lots of other goodies. So just do me a favor, go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. It will definitely help out my channel so much, and I will be so grateful. And also, if you want to find me on Instagram, I'm there at Ethnicgreenliving. If you want to see just my kids, it's Greenlivingkids. And if you want to see just my gardens, my flowers, my indoor, outdoor plants, it is CarlenesCottage. Well, guys, I always say here you can do a lot with a little. And until next time, blessings.